Recording in progress.
It's possible.
Shows about because Peyton sold out big time, and then he goes up to the middle of the field. What do you do? He goes, "Oh, Papa John, Mr. Pizza, Mr. Papa John," gives him a big old hug and a kiss. I mean, seriously, the guy was hawking pizzas like shamelessly. You just cardboard pizza, just get your shit pizza, America. Take it, eat it. And then, did you see this person? I guess her name is S.E. Cup from CNN. I was watching this earlier. I don't think I'm gonna watch the video, but she says, "I'm S.E. Cup, and I'm."
Plug BPM. Everybody get over to Bays. Let's do this again. Bays Gossiper. Make sure that you like and subscribe. You saw him right here on Crucible. He paid the toll. We probably would have plugged him anyway, but it sure was nice that he did pay the toll, right? We appreciate that, Bays Gossiper. You the man. And we'll get those links up for you.
Obviously, one of their little number games, their little game matria that they like. They love their game matria so much. And, yeah, so here we go. And I had this really good video earlier of Bill Gates, and I X'd out of it, and I'm serious, I cannot find it. But I'll see if I can find that, but I'm not even going to try, probably.
All right. I'll hit that sound there. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the show. Thank you for listening. It's time to plug. Y'all need to smash that like button. Come on now. Stop leaving me out to dry. I got poor ratios over here. All right, let's take a dive in. We got some stories, just like usual. And, you know, I'm going to just start off right here in Texas. Right here in the heart of the Death Star, folks. I don't have enough liquid in my throat right now to do a proper Jones, but I'll get there. I need to make some water during one of these videos here. All right, but let's share that screen. This is crazy right here. I mean, this shows you the state of masculinity in America. It's really terrible. Really just disgraceful. I almost don't even believe it. But if this is really how bad Austin is, I've lived in Texas my whole life. I think I've been to Austin like maybe 5 times. I think 3 of those times I went for a concert and then left that day. I think I've stayed the night there one time and I was a kid. So I don't really know how bad it is there. I just hear stories and all the good country folks out in the hill country that tell me about Austin because they don't live that far from it. They say it's terrible and it's the worst place in Texas. That's what people say. I'm just going to trust them on that. I don't really have any reason to go. The traffic's terrible. The liberalism, I just don't want to go. But here we go. Let's dive into this. SCOTUS abortion decision prompts increase in requests for vasectomies, getting tubes tied in Central Texas. Come on now. When you say Central Texas, you mean Austin, okay? And guarantee you the girls out in Abilene aren't running to get their tubes tied right now. At least I hope not. All right. Let's see. 2 Austin area doctors said less than 48 hours after the Roe v. Wade opinion was released on Friday, more patients are looking into vasectomies and getting their tubes tied. The Supreme Court opinion released Friday will end Roe v. Wade, leaving it up to individual states to regulate whether abortions are allowed. Can you imagine these guys? They run straight to the clinic. Like, I mean, one, just no lack of, I mean, if you even think of abortion as like an option in your life, then you've got a problem, I mean, and like, I'm talking about the guys too. I mean, this is crazy to just say, oh, it's illegal now. Like, that means you're assuming that women are just going to run and get an abortion. I mean, a lot of these guys, they actually will force women to do it, So these guys are freaking terrible. But let's see here. Not that I'm not terrible too, honestly, but that's besides the point. I'm not about to run down to the clinic, okay? We'll typically receive about, this is crazy. We'll typically receive about 200 or so phone calls on a given Friday. Dr. Kushik Shah, founder of the Austin Urology Institute, said, then we had over 400 phone calls to our office just this past Friday, with 70 occurring over just the 1 hour period after Roe v. Wade was passed. 70 calls, 1 hour. See, this is the thing. Americans will do anything their TV says. And these guys, this is just absolutely disgusting. We had a record number of bookings for requests for vasectomies. We've actually increased our schedule availability just to accommodate the current surge that we've seen. Oh, they got to extend those hours. Dr. Tyler Hancock, and OBYN at Women's Health Domain, said his clinic has received over 100 online requests from women interested in getting their tubes tied in light of the news. I mean, this is crazy. Why didn't y'all just go do that before? I mean, if it was, you're going to rely on an abortion when this is how serious you are about not having a baby, just go get your tubes tied then. I mean, this is how serious it is for you. I mean, I still don't think you should do that, but but of course, that sounds like a lot of people, but that is just the most extreme of the liberals there. I understand that patients are anxious and scared, nervous, and we'll do what we can, Hancock said. All right, let's see. Both doctors said they've never seen such a dramatic increase in patients seeking those treatments in such a short period of time. I think people are scared that contraception's next other human right. I think people are scared that contraception's next other human rights are next. I don't know. You know how these mainstream news are. They can't write. They're probably all written by bots. Tubal ligation, getting tubes tied, cannot be reversed. Vasectomies can, but it can cost thousands of dollars. It's important that we talk about it. We talk about the options and educate ourselves, and that this is a safe and very reasonable option when the time is right. Well, there you go. You running down to the clinic this week? You gonna go get your vasectomy, guys? I mean, my friend who sent me this, he had the tag he put on there is soy boys in Austin cut their balls off, and so I had to click on it, and this is what I got. So yeah, the guys out in Austin, and I was listening to debates this week, and that's one of the big points, like having kids. A lot of these, I mean, these liberals really aren't. It's sad to say, but I mean, they're not gonna really go on. I mean, it can't just go on. There's too much anti-family kind of stuff. So, there you go. But that's the first story for tonight. We got these dudes here. What do we got here? Oh, that one's not, Oh, here's another story. We got so many Muslims are crossing the border that a shelter for Muslim migrants has opened in Tijuana. So there you go. We got, the Muslims in San Diego and in Mexico. Apparently they got them in Mexico now. They made this gigantic warehouse for them. So that's cool, We know how the open borders thing goes. Here we saw what happened in San Antonio. We're just going to cover that one real quick because this is what always happens. How many times do you think this happens and doesn't make mainstream news? I'd be willing to bet this has happened every week in Texas for the last decade. I mean, maybe not every week, but probably pretty regularly. And it probably never makes news. But right now, they seem to be doing the right-wing push in the news. And maybe it's organic, but I don't know. I think they're trying to stoke the fire. Like they always do. So we'll see. It seems weird because it's almost like a Trumpian kind of swing in the opposite direction in the last couple weeks, where the last year and a half of the current administration, it's just been absolute insanity. But let's see what they got to say about this out in San Antonio.
New tonight, we've learned officials in Texas say 46 migrants were found dead inside of an 18-wheeler in San Antonio.
We're going to get right to CBS 8's Jenny Day, who's been tracking this story. Jenny, what's the latest in this investigation?
Good evening to you both. Now, it is being called the deadliest human smuggling incident in recent years along the southern border. 46 dead, 16 remain hospitalized, including 4 children. We are told it was migrants found packed inside of a scorching hot.
I hear now the numbers are past 50 too. As well. So just throwing that out there.
Semi. Now, authorities again are blaming the weather. They say many people died.
No, it's not the open borders, it's the weather. It's the climate change. It was the weather that got. No, it wasn't the fact that they were locked in a box and left to die. It wasn't that, it was the weather. It was the weather. They're not lying fully on that, but come on. It was the open borders. And that's San Antonio. It's pretty far from Mexico. Not really, but I can't imagine what's happening in Houston. I can't even imagine. It's so bad. I bet it's terrible. The reality of it. How many of these 18-wheelers do you think are coming in a day? How many of them do you think you pass while you're just driving down the street? Seriously. We've all probably driven by one of these things at one point. Just an 18-wheeler in front of me. No, there's a bunch of, probably just smuggled. I have a friend that now he's legal apparently, but when I met him, he had come in a tire when he was a kid. He got smuggled in here. It's very common. It's really not that out there. It's very common, and it's really bad. Terrible. But yeah, let's finish this.
From heat stroke and heat exhaustion as the trailer had no air conditioning or water. Temperatures in San Antonio reached more than 100 degrees today. Earlier this evening, we heard from the mayor of San Antonio.
That we know of, 46 individuals who are no longer with us, who had families, who were likely trying to find a better life. And we have 16 folks who are fighting for their lives in their hospital.
And I don't know anything about this guy, but I do have family in San Antonio, and from what I've heard, it's been getting super liberalized. So to me, this guy just seems disingenuous. It's like, oh man, I gotta play mayor today. Dang it, I gotta actually come out here and act like I have emotions, because we know how the political class are. It's crazy, absolute crazy. But all right.
This right now is to try to bring aid to them as best we can, but this is nothing short of a horrific human tragedy.
Yeah, so far, 3 people are in federal
I
custody.
mean, where's
but
the
it's still
fury,
unclear-
dude? Where's the fury? I mean, you actually are the mayor of a city, dude. Like, you gotta crack down. You gotta say something. I mean, seriously, at this point, it's like you gotta do. I mean, there's got to be something done, and the governor needs to do something too. And we had a stream a couple times ago talking about the secession, and I don't know, how it's really going to work. It's not going to work out idealistically, obviously, but yeah, I've heard some really good ideas recently on a debate. I might actually get into some of those ideas once I do a little more research on that. But yeah, this can't go on, especially with this open border stuff. It is bad down there. I mean, people are underestimating. It's going to get really bad. And I don't know what. That's one thing about Texas seceding. I could see us. That'd be the only way we could get this kind of thing under control at this point, unless we had serious help from other states, because it's just a shit show down there, and it's mainstream news. So you're just ignoring it, I doubt anybody that listens to this is ignoring it. We all know about this stuff.
What their involvement is to this alleged human smuggling attempt. Officials did not say whether the people in the back of that truck had migrated from Mexico or elsewhere. Now, the number of migrants crossing in through Mexico is the highest it's been in decades, with this specific sector making more than 1,000 apprehensions a day. Reporting live from the newsroom, Jenny Day.
Okay, so that sector of Texas is making over 1,000 apprehensions a day. So, I mean, imagine. I know down on the border they can't even control it. It's way out of hand. It's literally just imagine, Lord of the Rings, Helm's Deep kind of stuff. You're just standing there like, okay, let's just let these guys in. What are we gonna do? I mean, without the help of the government, like they actually are supposed to do. And a lot of it isn't even actually having to do anything. A lot of it's just rhetoric. If you just have a strong rhetoric, a lot of times people say, I'm not going in there. They're going to freaking arrest me. You don't actually have to do that much. I mean, you have to make some examples for sure, but you don't have to do that much. That's why everybody's coming in now, and they weren't coming in as much 2 years ago. It was mainly rhetoric because not much really changed down there. I mean, they didn't stack the border with a gigantic wall and have an army down there. No, they didn't do that. Nothing really changed. They built a few stretches of fence, and then old Wheels came out and said to us, he said, oh, we're doing a great job with the Texas wall. We're putting up almost 15 football fields worth a day. Dude, 1,500 yards a day? Yeah, just the biggest state border in the entire country as far as I know. I mean, like, besides maybe California or something really long like that. But, yeah, it's craziness. I'm just breaking down the news the last few days. Nothing too big to cover, but some of these I haven't even read. This was one crazy one with Machine Gun Kelly. I heard about this. We're getting into Hollywood now. All right. Machine Gun Kelly says he had a suicide attempt while on phone with Megan Fox. Quote unquote, I just snapped. I wouldn't leave my room and I started getting really, really, really dark. Kelly shares in his new Hulu documentary, Life in Pink, about struggling with his late father's death. So now he always dyes his hair pink. You got Megan Fox here with her pink dress and her pink lips. Let's see what's going on here. Let's watch this video. Maybe. It might be freaking Hollywood garbage. In that case, I'll turn it off. But okay, sound. Do you want to work? Dude, these...
white pants, which was held by a heavy metal chain. His fiance...
Okay, no. They're just talking about the style that they're wearing. This is, I forgot, yeah, this is People magazine. This is not going to be any good. I don't care what they have to say. I will not put you through that. You do not have to worry about it. But this is their mental health narrative. You know, it's always the most mentally deranged people that I hear talking about mental health, and not actually caring about people with mental health. Just talking. We need to get awareness out. How many buckets of ice do I need to dump on my head to get awareness out? All right. Let's see. In his new Hulu documentary, Life in Pink, which premiered Monday, the paper cuts, blah, blah, blah. I don't even care about this stuff. I just need to see, like, if there's an actual clip in here. Oh, wow. I've already got a video pulled up of MGK almost shooting himself. So, that's what it says. I mean, I didn't say that. It's not hint. I don't think it's going to be the actual video of the phone call. That would be pretty wild. Oh, he talks about it in his doc.
Snapped. I called Megan and I was like, you weren't here for me. Like, I'm in my room and I'm like freaking out on her. Dude, I put the shotgun in my mouth.
Dang, dude. You know, it's crazy, right? I mean, we know how miserable these pop stars are. But it's like, you know, normies be like, oh, Megan Fox is hot, you know, so who cares? Dude, they drink each other's blood. They came out and said that recently. You think this guy's, like, can you imagine? Think about how hard life is, just in general. Imagine doing these satanic rituals. It would become unbearable really fast. You know, and then the sad thing is all that, look at all these people with their masks on behind them. Every single person in the crowd has a mask on behind them. And they're the only ones with their masks out. This is the world they live in. Can you imagine? I mean, when I go around, I'm not surrounded by masked up people that are forced to be muzzled and forced to be quadruple jabbed and all that stuff. But these people, everywhere they go, that's what they're surrounded by. It's really sad. It's really sad to see. And, you know, I would watch that documentary, but I'm sure it's just too cringy. You know? I can't get through it. There's no way. Let's see. I flew to my dad's apartment to clear all this stuff out. I had this really weird interaction with his neighbor who told me all these things I didn't want to hear. He says in the film of his father who died on the 1-year anniversary of his Hotel Diablo album release. Diablo, isn't that the devil? I think it is. Or it's just fire, like Inferno. No, I think Inferno is Inferno. You know? I don't know. Yeah, that's got to be the devil, Diablo. El Diablo. That effed me up even more because I couldn't get closure on it. I wouldn't leave my room and I started getting really, really, really dark. And Megan went to Bulgaria to shoot a movie, and I started getting this really wild paranoia. Like, I kept getting paranoid that someone was going to come and kill me. I would always sleep with a shotgun next to my bed, and like one of the days, I just effing snapped. I called Megan. I was like, you aren't here for me. He added, I'm in my room, and I'm like freaking out in here, and dude, I put the shotgun in my mouth and I'm yelling on the phone and like the barrel's in my mouth. I go to cock the shotgun and the bullet, as it comes back up, the shell just gets jammed. Wow, he actually tried to, supposedly. You have to wonder, right? Maybe. You know, it's like the story with Kurt Cobain. He has the same thing. You know, he went and he laid down on the train tracks. And it was 2 sets of tracks, and he laid down to commit suicide when he was in high school, actually. And the train passed on the opposite track. And so he survived, you know. But I guess MGK almost took the old shotgun shell there. All right. Well, Wow. Okay, let's listen to this. Currently, my drug of choice is happiness and commitment to the art, rather than commitment to a vice that I believe made the art. He said at the time, I'm taking steps. I had my first therapy session last Thursday. That's the first time I ever went, hey, I need to separate these two people, which is Machine Gun Kelly and Colson Baker. The dichotomy is too intense for me. Oh, some of this stuff is so boring. Okay, Megan became like the sun to me, like the one that I revolve around and gives me life and helps me grow, he said. It's just like every fairy tale that they never told you in school, that they never taught you, like the passion between us is otherworldly. I know I've known her in so many other lifetimes. Yeah, they have a real demonic thing going on. I'll tell you that right now. Like, that is just obvious. Like, because they drink each other's blood. That was the big story 2-3 months ago. They openly came out and said, yeah, we drink each other's blood. Just like Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton. Hey, Beans, come on now, man. Don't be whining. Nobody wants to hear that. Alright. Let's see this real quick. I'm going to pause. Make sure my dog stops whining. And then I'm going to be back in 2 seconds.
Recording in progress.
Alright, we're back. We're back. Had to deal with that real quick. Let's get back to these stories. Knock them out real quick. There's not too much. Not too much. Just going over these stupid news. You know, I've always hated the news, but sometimes it's nice to just get it all in one place real quick from another person who hates the news. So, here we go. This is the big story right here. The whispers of Hillary Clinton 2024 have started. In the immediate aftermath of the Supreme Court's monumental decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, who actually, you know, one of my coworkers said that, and I'm not saying that they're wrong. I could totally see it happening, but she thinks that they overturned Roe v. Wade to, like, that these vaccine babies are gonna come out with black eyes and like looking like little monster babies, and that they're just trying to let the monsters be born. But you know, I'm not making it sound crazy. Honestly, I've seen a little bit of that stuff, and I know what she's talking about. But it's just wild. Who knows? You know, maybe that'll happen. Now is her moment, he wrote. The Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade creates the opening for Hillary Clinton to get out of stealth mode and start down the path toward declaring her candidacy in 2024. Yeah. So here you go. Who's next? Ha 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 ha. What a crazy woman. What an absolute insane person. Over the years, she's looked so much different and talked so much different too, where it's hard to know. Like, she looks like she's wearing a mask. Like it's kind of like the guy from Saw, you know. She's got this tiny body with this huge head. I don't know. Maybe it's just a suit, you know. Maybe she's a lizard. I don't want to get into that right now. See, this I don't even know if I can cover, but this is interesting. Okay, so now the CDC admits it never monitored fares for CVV safety signals. All right, so they admitted it. In a stunning development, the CDC and Prevention last week admitted, despite assurances to the contrary, the agency never analyzed the vaccine adverse event reporting system for safety signals. Well, of course they didn't. Why would they do that? And also, the VAERS is stupid. Like, it doesn't actually... They said that before all of this stuff, that it was basically useless. But now it is beyond useless, and that it's something like 1/100th of the numbers you see on there are the reality of it. And I don't doubt that at all. Or maybe it's 1/10, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, here we've got the Walt Disney stock down. Nice. Now here's a weird one. Amazon is devising a way for users to speak to their family members through its Alexa voice assistant, even after they've died. So now you can listen to, your own family members, read your books and whatnot. In a demonstration video, a child said, "Alexa, can Grandma finish reading me The Wizard of Oz?" It's just so out there, It's full-blown Black Mirror. And this is from your Yahoo News right here. World risks creating army of racists and sexist robots. Researchers warn. So apparently they took these robots down to South Korea and they started saying all sorts of racist stuff, and I was like, the Koreans probably loved it. They probably thought it was great. But yeah, there you go. There's that one story. Yeah, but not much to talk about tonight, really. Just gonna... Oh, no, this is crazy. This is a crazy one. As monkeypox spreads, U.S. plans vaccination campaign. States will be given vaccine doses from the federal stockpile, but supplies of the safest type are limited. Okay, so the safest dose is a limited supply, so you better get in quick. They're saying to you that, we have a bunch of doses, but only a few of them are safe, so you better get here and take your monkeypox. And this is crazy. Look, and it's all men. Do you think that it's kind of like another AIDS type thing? The monkeypox is like introduced into that population? I don't know. Because it's all a bunch of guys outside the sexual health clinic here trying to get their monkeypox shot. But this is New York City, and Manhattan. Can you imagine living there? I can't imagine living in New York and just being a total sheep, It would actually be kind of cool and fun to live in that sort of environment to a degree. I can understand the appeal, but I mean, it's basically not fitting for setting down any roots. But let's see here. Clinics nationwide will begin offering vaccinations against monkeypox to anyone who has been exposed to the virus, federal health officials announced on Tuesday. Until now, I can't even say it, were offered only to people with a known exposure. States will receive doses of a safer and newer monkeypox vaccine. Oh, we got a new one coming. Oh, there you go. Oh, I know I'm taking it because I've already taken my 3 boosters after the first 2, plus my shingles, right? I'm at 6 on the year, and I've never managed to get 7 in a year, so this is a big year for me. I'm going to have my 7th shot hopefully soon. This was this week, so I'm probably going to go down to the clinic next Monday and get my 7th shot, of the year. I think that's a really healthy kind of habit. I wonder, what are people thinking? When I was growing up, you did not take 7 shots in a year. That's maybe 7 shots in your life you would take or something, but that's crazy. Dude, come on. Sorry, my dog's digging in the trash can. Hey, Beans, get over here. Freaking son of a bitch. This dog, I swear. All right. The Department of Health and Human Services will provide 56,000 doses of the Jynneos vaccine immediately. So now we got a new company here on the rise. I hope you bought your stock. It's probably just a type of thing. So 56,000 doses of the Jynneos vaccine immediately, and an additional 240,000 doses in the coming weeks. Another 750,000 doses are expected to become available over the summer, and a total of 1.6 million doses by the end of the year. Okay, that's not very many. So how did they crank out these COVID ones? And I think a lot of the COVID ones are fakes. I do. Because some people are having terrible reactions, some people have nothing. I think a lot of them, I think they were planned out. They were put in certain pockets. This vaccine currently has some limitations on supply, and for this reason, the administration's current strategy prioritizes making it available to those who need it most urgently, said Dr. Rochelle Walensky, director of the CDC and Prevention. The older smallpox vaccine, called ACAM 2000, is associated with harsh side effects, including death in people who are immunocompromised, pregnant, and older adults. The new plan drew quick criticism from experts who said the campaign was too small and slow to make an impact. The longer it takes to contain the monkeypox outbreak, the greater the chances that the virus will become entrenched in the United States, particularly among men who have sex with men, researchers warned. Many of us are concerned that the window is closing for us to be able to eliminate monkeypox, said Dr. Celine Gounder? I hardly know her. Okay, I couldn't resist. All right. An infectious disease expert and editor at large for public health at Kaiser Health News. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to keep reading this. You get the point. They're trying to roll out the monkeypox one. And we had Mr. President come out and tell us, oh, y'all didn't know there's another one coming soon. I saw that today on, the guy who got banned's channel. The first one. Alright. Yeah, but I don't think I have much more than that. I think that's fairly good. We'll go ahead and play a song here. I mean, I'm kind of cutting through all this stuff, but yeah, I don't think there is anything there. So we'll go ahead and just play a song. Should be pretty cool. But first, I gotta share that sound, because I did some tests today, and that's how it sounds real good. That's how you know it's gonna sound good. So let's see here. The other night I played that one song. I kind of gambled with it. It was good. And like I said, I'm still working on that. I need to work more on that closing song. I want to do a cool closer. But I'm going to make a bunch of songs for this. I did like that project, that old project, that techno beat from last week. But let's see here. Let's just do something real nice and easy here. Probably gonna have to repeat one. So I'm gonna do I don't even know. Screw it, we're gonna do a real cheesy one once again. So it's cool. No big deal. Alright, here we go. Hope y'all have a good night. Enjoy this cheesy tune. And yeah, I'll see you next time.